Good evening and welcome to a Happy Healthy You Body, Mind, and Soul. And welcome to this live, which is pre recorded. So it's a different type of live today. It will still air at the same time, but we are recording in studio. And it is a special day because I have a guest, my first in studio guest. Yay! And I'm here with the wonderful Miss Ancier White. I'm going to give her a minute just to introduce herself for those who may not know. And if you don't know, why don't you know? Come on, let's get on this train. So, Miss White, can you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hello, and first of all, I would like to thank you for having me in studios on your podcast. And I would like to say that this has been a motivation for me, first of all. And thank you for me and so many others that are watching that you have helped motivate us, me and a lot of others, to be where we are today. So thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm humbled with other people.
A little about myself. My name is Ancier White, as mentioned before, and I am the founder of Antigua Digest, which is a content creation and publishing business. And most recently, I have gotten my first personal book published, which is called The StressLess Equation, your guide to mastering the art of stressing. And this is why we're here today. And I just want to say as well, one of the reasons I could have written a book like that, like many of us and you out there, is because I have gone through a wealth of stress. And it's not a unique thing for you alone to be there. So we can be here to share our own challenges and to let you know that you can overcome. So I'm a mother of four, I'm an author, a founder of Antigua Digest, and I am here for us to discuss how you can stress less.
Wonderful. And you need the full scoop. You need to buy the book. The book is very good. Really, really, really good. I'm not just saying that. I actually read the book. And it's ram-packed with very valuable, practical information that you can use in your life. So I want you to give us a little background of before the book came to birth. How did the book come about?
Okay, so basically, it was during the pandemic where my level of stress heightened to such an extent that I began facing a lot of emotional challenges and physical challenges. And on top of that, my mother was diagnosed with cancer. So during the pandemic, a lot of deaths, a lot of sickness, a lot of uncertainty. This is the first pandemic I have ever experienced in my life, and it was very stressful. Also, I got pregnant, so it was a it was a lot of things happening. So I was at heightened stress level, and it didn't begin with me having this book. It began with me stressing to an unbelievable level where I faced depression, I faced physical ailments. Like, I'm not a fat person, but I lost a lot of weight. And this is where I realized that it wasn't something physical that was affecting me. It was basically because I was under such tremendous stress, why I was going through these other issues. And eventually, after facing these things and going through it, I do have a degree in psychology, but when life starts lifing, sometimes the knowledge that you have it wasn't assisting me at the time because I was more focusing on my challenges, my struggles, like as my mother, So I was more catastrophizing, meaning just looking at the worst side of my issues, and it wasn't a happy place for me. It was a dark, sad place, and eventually, after resilience and assistance from other support, this is where I was able to come out of that phase of my life and started seeing the other side where it was more of a lightened part, and it doesn't have to be my life is embedded in this. So this is where this book was birthed from. It was a seed, and when you plant a seed, it goes down, stark, is lonely, but as long as it gets the right nutrients, the right treatment, and it's watered properly, then this is where you are fruitful and the plant or your tree to a successful life that can grow forth and you get the fruits that's produced from that.
I love that, the seed. So, what would you say were the nutrients that nourished this seed that was in a dark place for you?
I would say the main nutrients that assisted me first and foremost was God. He was the first. He was always there, but I didn't have the time to be depending on him. I was more looking at my situation. So eventually, when he woke me up, look here, get my attention. He nourished me to say, listen, this may be happening, but it's okay. You depend on me. And he was my nourishment, as well as support. I honestly was not a big person of looking for support or accepting support from others, but I have learned that support is one of the main things are a very important aspect of helping. It helped me tremendously. Positive support, understanding, individuals stepped in when I didn't have the strength to, motivated me, and because of them, as well as God assisting me in my life, these were two of the major aspects in which helped me nourished my seed, watered me mentally and physically. And this is where I was able to grow to now being able to produce this book to help others as well.
Wonderful. And I just want to add that I think we are conditioned to not receive help, not ask for help. We're the strong black women and we must do it all. We want to be the superwoman, and we don't have to be. If you want to be, you can, but you don't have to be that superwoman. And if you've been following my page long enough, you know I always speak about having support. I have been very fortunate to have grown up with a lot of support throughout my entire life. But as an adult, I've realized that it's not the same for everybody, that many persons are really lonely. They are in a dark place. And I think it's important for persons to know that they can get support. They can have support outside of their blood relatives, because you may not get it in your family of origin or the persons who are close to you. They may not even understand your situation. So I want to speak more about how did the words of the book come together? Like what started it? Well, did you wake up one day and say, "Hey, I'm going to write a book today, and it's going to help many people around the world"?
No, no. Actually, when I started dropping down notes, it was mainly for my personal assistance. I had no idea that it would have been produced into a book. It's just like I was awoken, as I said, I got enlightened. God was like, okay, listen, I understand, but let's focus now. And I'm like, okay, this is when I started to come out of my dark place of depression, and it didn't happen right away. So, as I said, I have the knowledge, I have a degree in psychology. So I'm like, okay, use your knowledge, use what you want to study. And this is where I started dropping down little notes, going and doing some research, awakening myself to a lot of things, seeing new ideas and research that I would not have known about. And I started dropping down, started seeing what would help me here and there, and then putting them together. And then after it started coming, I'm realizing a particular pattern, and I could have seen the instances where the stress was affecting me, and I could have put it out and see what I was researching was actually what was happening to me. So I started dropping down. This is what I can actually do to help in my situation. And this is where the pattern of the equation started coming in. So it's like if I do a little more of this, eradicate this out of my life, here, there, then a more of a balance could have happened in my life. And this is where I started accumulating all these different ideas, aspects, research, and this is where the information started coming together nicely. And it is so impactful that I can say that it has tremendously, in a positive light, changed the way that I deal with stress.
So can you share one of the equations with us? Because all of the chapters, how many chapters are in the book?
So there are 17 chapters in the book. Yes, and the first chapter deals with what is stress and how to stress the right way. So that's the first chapter.
And that's very interesting. How to stress the right way. I need to take a note of that. How to stress the right
And
way.
and
So
then
we are stressing wrong.
we're stressing wrong. We are not using stress the right way. The stress is a button, and we're bashing our own heads with the stress button when we are supposed to be using it to help us as a tool.
Right.
So the other equations are from chapter 2 to chapter 12. And then after that, we have slaying the beast and regaining your life. And then from chapter 13 to chapter 16, that's when we have more of a go to aspect of dealing with stress in your life. And then chapter 17 is more of a motivation, a word of encouragement, and it's called Until the End and Then Some. Because we think we're going to reach a particular destination. Okay, I'm going to alleviate stress. Once you're living, there is no, this is the end of the road to stress. So it's always and then some. So that is the whole aspect of the book. And one of the chapters, we can go to chapter 3. So chapter 3 is breathe work, time mindfulness, plus gratitude equal calm equation.
Nice. And I think this is a great time for me to share the gratitude journal. This is a pro bono gratitude journal. So if you want to stress less, it will be shared in the comment section because I just realized because it's not live, I can't share the comments. So I will share it. I will share a gratitude journal. And gratitude is such a powerful emotion. Why is that? Can you share a little bit about why gratitude is such a powerful emotion and how we can use gratitude to help us stress less?
Definitely. Gratitude is something that assists us with our dopamine level. Well, not dopamine, cortisol, because dopamine is just like a flash, a boost of your happy sensors, but cortisol is more of a long term effect. So once you use gratitude, what happens is you alleviate or you start. Let's use a road work, for instance. You see our roads, we have our road maps in our heads, just like we have the roads there that we drive on. So, our roads that we have of stressing our daily lives, when we are faced with a situation, we normally follow the route that we usually go. We have a route from home to work and we usually follow that route. But with gratitude, what you have to do, and when you're dealing with stress, just like they have road works, you're going to have your mind works. And you're going to have to uproot using your mind grader and dig up those roads that have been laid for years.
So it's like a pattern of relearning then,
You
really.
have to relearn, you're going to have to uproot, and it's going to take a while and it's going to have a lot of work to be done. But with gratitude, what you do with the uprooting, you're laying new ways of dealing with stress. When you are faced with something difficult or sad, the last thing you're going to think about is to be thankful for
I know.
something.
I know. I just
You,
got a flat tire. Like, okay,
yeah.
okay.
So, for an example, you got a flat tire, you're like, oh gosh, I'm late for work, I have to do this like my whole life. Take a step, and this is where breathe work comes in. This is why it's a equation, because they need to come together. You breathe, take a step, then you are mindful. Okay, I have a flat tire. What am I going to have to do to help get me back on track? Even though you may be delayed for a while, if you have a meeting that you're rushing to, you take a minute, make a call. Unfortunately, I'm delayed, I have a flat tire, I will be there in approximately such and such a time. And you use your gratitude now, start laying those your tar in your mind, gonna last for a while.
I'm actually visualizing, uprooting, and laying.
It's
And
painful. I'm happy that I have a transport. There are a lot of people don't have a transport. I would have to walk, I would have to catch the bus. It's easier, it's more convenient, even though I have this flat tire I'm faced with at this moment, but I'm happy that I have a vehicle. I'm happy for life. I'm happy for so many things that you could be grateful for. You understand? And if we take a minute to say, I am grateful, like you feel a different type of electricity in your body. Like maybe you shock your mind, like, huh? Is this me? Do you understand? Because it's not something that we shortcut to. We shortcut to, oh gosh, you're getting depressed, you're getting anxious, you're getting annoyed, when you can simply put steps in place to deal with the situation instead of getting stressed about it.
yeah.
And with breath work, even one in my research, what I have realized, even for a mother who is giving birth, we hear about the breathing
Breathing.
technique. But do we really know why they are encouraging for you to breathe properly? When you take that time to breathe, your whole system goes in the rhythm of your breathing. Your mindset, it changes with physical aspects that you're putting into place. For my four children, at the first one, it was
Oh, we're back. Go ahead.
all right. You're thinking how to breathe. I breathe every day, but they're telling me to breathe a different way. And this is sometimes you have to learn how to breathe in a
Yeah.
different way to help you.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is where you change that aspect of your physical and your mental coming together to deal with whatever stressful situation that you're facing at the time. Another,
And I just want to add here with the breathing because um, even with the clients that I see, and they're stressed about something and they're worrying and they're anxious and you're telling them to breathe. And it's the same thing you're saying, but like, why you tell me to breathe? I need the situation resolved. What it does, it brings the body back from that fight flight mode into a normal mode so that you can think. Because when we're in fight flight fright mode, we're not able to think effectively. And so we become more mindful when we breathe. Our heart rate slows down, our pulse slows down. We can get more oxygen in our brain so that we are able to make a more informed decision. When we are hyped up, as we would say colloquially, our heart rate goes up, our blood pressure goes up, you feel flushed, your palms are sweaty, you're becoming very anxious, and your body is not able to process the information that's happening at hand. And this is where persons would make decisions that they would may later regret, or just making a decision without thinking. So we're acting before we're thinking. And what we want to do is to reverse that, where we're thinking first before we act. And the old people always say so. Think before you leave.
Yes.
Yeah. Think before you leave. And I also wanted to add about what you said about being delayed. And they always say what? Delayed but not denied. That we might be delayed for a while, so our goals might be put on hold. We may not achieve the things that we want in the moment, but we can if we lay the foundation and the gratitude roads and the foundation of support and guidance and all the other equations in the book so that we can get to where we're going, even if it's at a later date. You're going to say something about.
Yes, I was going to say that when dealing with stress, I think we overuse the term, I am so stressed out. I'm stressed. I can't deal with this. I'm stressed out. That we don't really understand what's going on with us. And there's so many different aspects because we may be stressed out, but a lot of people deal with chronic stress that they have panic attacks. And a lot of people may not experience panic attacks, but they may be stressed. But panic attack is the level of your body going into a different state because of your stress level. And I speak about it in the book. And a way that I advise individuals to deal with panic attacks are by using the calm equation. And for you to understand it in a deeper level, you will have to get the book to understand how the calm equation can assist you if you are more of a chronic stressor of dealing with stress on a different level.
So we're speaking about the StressLess Equation, your guide to mastering, not just doing, mastering the art of stressing. And I love the title of the book because it really captures what it is that the book is trying to achieve. Maybe I should just hold it up.
Yes, and I must say, one of the favorite chapter in the book, which is chapter 7, is actually faith plus the word of God minus fear equals to the God factor equation. And there's so many different equations in the book that you can apply to yourself, that it's a wealth of knowledge that you can use practically. Meaning you can look, you can read it, and once you start embedding it into yourself, into your daily habits, it will definitely work for you. But it's a work in process. It's not something that is going to happen immediately.
Yeah.
You have to work at it. And once you have persistence, once you have that resilience and you know you don't want to be dealing with this stressful situation in life every single day, then you will be able to use the knowledge and the information that's in the book, put it in your life, and you will definitely see results from personal experience.
Personal experience
Yes.
from a woman who has been stressed
Oh,
and
yes.
now mastering The Art of Stressing. So you
Yes.
need to get the book if you want to be like her. Look at her. Does she look stressed? She doesn't look stressed at all. If you only knew, but that she doesn't show it for
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
And it's not just about the physical aspect. I just want to add, it's about the mental aspect. Peace of mind as well
Yes.
is
Yes.
very, very important, and really pursuing what you want to do. So it's not just about, okay, eliminating stress and stressing less, but are you at peace within yourself? And peace of mind is one of those things, sorry, that I don't compromise on. If something is disturbing your peace of mind, it just gotta go because it's going to only get worse. It's almost like a plague, an addiction. It just gets worse as it prolongs. So let's talk about your upcoming book
Oh
launch.
yes, oh yes. So I'm excited. I'm very excited about this. I have helped with the publishing and putting together many books, but this is my first book that I have my name there as the author. And the Stressless Equation, it's going to be launching on the 23rd of February. So this is coming up next week, Sunday, and it's going to be held at the Villa Polyclinic down in Villa area, and it's going to be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. And there we will be able to get a little more in depth about the book and about my experience and speak to others and get the book out there so other individuals can start reading it and going on their journey to the stressless journey. And even if you want to pre-order the book, which I advise, then I will
We'll drop the links.
yes, we'll
Yeah.
drop the link so you can pre-order the book. There will be, you can get physical copy at the time, and you can get a digital copy, and all will be available at the date of the launch and after. So pre-ordering is very important, and then after that, we'll lay the foundations of getting the book sent out to the rest of the Caribbean and internationally. We're going
Yes.
international.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Why
the
not?
book launch, I invite you.
And you get to meet the author. You get to, and you get your, I would advise getting a physical copy so you can get a signed copy.
Oh yes.
Physical copies, you'll get her signed, you'll get to meet her, you'll get to ask her questions, interact with her, and see who is this stressless lady advertising the Stressless Equation book and mastering the art of stressing.
Yes. 2025 is our year. We've said that. Well, I have personally said that over and over. This is my year. This is my year. My motto and go-to for this year is just do it. And this is why I'm here with the lovely Dr. King, just doing it, and will be continuing to do it for as long as I am capable to.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love it. I'm loving every moment of it because I've seen the progression over the years, and it has been a rocky ride, but we're here, and she came out bigger and brighter and better than ever. And so I am inviting you to come out to the book launch. Make sure you pre-order your copy so that you can get a signed copy on the day, and that's the 23rd of February. This month, February, this month. Don't miss the date, the 23rd of February at 3 p.m. at the Villa Polyclinic, and I will be there. I will be tooting her horn while she toots her own horn, and we'll be waiting for other books to come out. And I'll just put in a shameless plug with my own book. It will be there as well. Life is, and it's a compilation of writings that I've done over the years. And it is a great compliment to the
I
stressless
think
equation.
so. They like they go hand in hand.
And so we'll have other things there, activities at the book launch. And so I'm just excited to see this book launch and for you to meet the author, Miss Ancier White.
Yes,
So
yes.
any last words, any encouraging words that you want to give the audience before we stop?
Well, yes, of course. I would just like to say that from personal experience for a period of time that I have counseled, what I have realized is that a lot of persons, individuals are walking around. Some do have a smile on their faces, some do look like things are going okay, but it's just like a portrait. You just have a picture that you just have there to present to the world. But inside, there are so many different issues that's going on. There are mental issues going on, physical issues, emotional. There are depths of things that are happening with individuals that you would not ever guess that's happening. And I would just like to say, if you are one of those individuals, I would like you to know that with the proper strategies and techniques, trusting in God, getting a proper and positive support system, it is definitely achievable for you to stress less. You can do it. Just do it. It will take a little time. You're going to have to uproot some roads that you have been traveling for years and years and put down that new paved road. You know how it feels when you just put down a smooth road and you want to just nothing holding you back. You understand? So I just want to encourage you to be resilient, hold on, and you can do it. You are unstoppable. And once you have reached that part in your life that you have decided to kick stress out, kick its butt out the door, don't want it there anymore, then you will be able to reach heights that you never thought that you would have achieved. And I just want to encourage you and I want to motivate you. And the book can help you. Even if you don't get the book, I still encourage you to find ways in which you can put forward to get stressed out because it's affecting you mentally and it's affecting you physically, and it's not something that it will do you well if you don't know how to use it the right way. And this is my encouragement to you, and I hope you have a wonderful stressless journey.
So share your contact information so persons can reach out to you, those who want to pre-order. And we'll also drop the Google link, but your contact information, phone number, email, that.
Okay, so my contact number that you can reach me to directly is 728-7448. And if you are not in the island, you have to use area code 1268. So 1268 728-7448, or you can tap me via, can use a WhatsApp, or you can get me by emailing me at antigadigest@gmail.com, or specifically the stressless equation at gmail.com. So any of these methods, you can reach me directly, and I will be there waiting and hoping that we can reach our journey and success together.
Yes. So thank you, Miss White, for being my first in studio guest
It's a pleasure.
and for sharing your story to the world. And we are encouraging you to purchase the book so you can get off of that stress train and get on the stress less equation train. So you can also master the art of stressing.
Yes.
Right? So the name of the book is The StressLess Equation, Your Guide to Mastering the Art of Stressing. There's a light behind, so it's kind of giving. And it's Miss Ancier White, Your Guide to Mastering. Look at this. Look at the size of this book. There's a wealth of information. So you need to get your book so that you can also stress less as well. So thank you again. And this is the end of this recording. And as always, stay happy and stay healthy.
Bye bye. And
Bye.
remember to stress less.
Stress less,
Thrive
thrive more.
more.
Thank you.